What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Reggie Bryant, and this channel is all about personal finance and personal growth, and I am the author of The Wealth Journey. This is going to be a quick video to watch whenever you need financial advice, specifically practical financial advice, because it's very difficult now to go online and look up advice that's actually going to suit you. If you're wondering about the different background, I am filming from North Carolina. I'm over here visiting family right now, so I am coming to you live from my mom's house. Now that we got that out of the way, we're going to jump straight into today's video. So here's some practical money advice for you if you haven't heard it yet, and how you can actually apply these things to your life right now. Not tomorrow, not next year, not next month, right now. One thing you can 100% do right now is look at exactly where you're at right now financially. So you can look at all your bills, you can add up all your bills, and that's how much you have to pay every single month without fail. And then you can look at how much you get paid every single month after taxes. That's the number that you want, not, the 60 grand that they tell you you make every year. I'm talking about the number you make at the end of the year after taxes. That's going to be extremely important. You can look up those things and you can look at exactly where you're at right now, and you're looking at yourself in what I call your financial mirror. To me, that's practical advice. You can apply that right now, see exactly where you're at, and now you can start thinking about what changes you would like to make. You know what? I can cut this bill. Or I want to keep all these bills right here because this is how I like my life to be. But in order for me to comfortably pay these bills, I got to make my income go up. This is like mentally sparring with yourself, because you're putting yourself through a mental exercise of where am I at? And that's mental enough for most of us. After you see where you're at, now you're taking it to a different level of, okay, where do I want to be? What money do I want to make? What expenses do I want to take away? What expenses do I not need? What can I take away? You know what I'm saying? I'm ashamed of myself because I spent $300 freaking on Uber Eats last month. I got a car note due. I got this bill from urgent care that I had to pay that I forgot to pay last month. I got credit cards. Whatever the case is, you have something that you can go off of. At least you can see exactly where you're at, and you can at least look at where you want to be. This isn't advice telling you to follow your dreams or to just magically come up with $1,000 a month or just throw at something that could then make you $10,000 a month. I ain't doing all that. And a lot of those things that you see on YouTube and that you see in the articles are just not feasible, and a lot of times they're not even true. And a lot of them have a bunch of steps to go through to make 1,000 to 10,000 that they don't bother telling you in the article. Not to mention the fact that it takes you a lot longer to turn that into $10,000 than they will make you believe. So that's tip number one. That's piece of advice number one. Number two, you can 100% go to work every single day without fail. As long as you're not deathly ill, as long as you're not, contagious, as long as you're not having an emergency come up where you have to absolutely miss work. I get that. But if you don't have PTO scheduled for that day, if you don't have sick leave for that day, if you don't have some type of personal leave for that day or whatever the case is, you need to be at work for every scheduled day that you have at work. Why? Because that's the one thing that guarantees that you actually get paid. Your consistency, that's how you get paid. That's how you get better at your job. That's how you get looked at for promotion, because no one's going to want to promote someone who don't be coming to work. It doesn't even make sense. Like, if I'm the company, why would I put more money into you if I don't even rely on you to come to work? You're not even a reliable person. Like, how many times are you going to go out on a date with someone who consistently does not show up? Like, they're just hot and cold. Like, some days they'll show up, some days I ain't wasting my time on that. So a job isn't going to waste their time on that either. So a big thing that everyone can do is whatever it is that makes you money right now, be there consistently. Show up every single day that you're scheduled to be there. Be reliable. There's value in reliability. Number three, I ran into this the other day when I was actually talking to one of my friends when we talked about like full-time jobs and stuff like that and 401ks. I do realize that not everyone is in a place to invest or even to put money in a 401k, because some people can barely afford their lifestyles, let alone their lifestyles in addition to a 401k where a portion of their salary goes straight into it. So I understand that. One practical thing you can do, though, is learn about what a 401k is. You can read up, you can Google what a 401k is. There'll be a ton of helpful articles that will 100% show you. See, the thing about Google is when you search specific things, now they want to show you something that you can actually read and actually digest and learn about and actually apply to your life versus just saying how to be financially free. That's very like it's very arbitrary, very vague. Like not everyone even has the same definition of financial freedom. So they'll say stuff like, yeah, how to become financially free. Save 70% of your income, but proceeds not to tell you how you can save 70% of your income, despite telling you that you actually need to make a considerable amount of money and have very low overhead if you ever hope or dream to save 70% of your income. I just think it's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, when you Google what a 401k is, you actually can understand and learn what the impact of not having money go into your 401k is. So like even if you can't afford to do the minimum amount to where your company matches you, try to put some of your money in there. You can control what percentage you put in there in a lot of workplaces. I'm not going to say all, but in most workplaces you can control what percentage. You can do 1%, 2%, 8%, 10%, you know. So whatever you can do, that money is going to add up and it's going to compound. But it's a lot easier for me to just tell you, hey, invest in a 401k, you're going to make a lot of money from it. It's easy for me to say that, but I don't necessarily know your financial situation. But you do. So once you read up on what a 401k is, once you read up how much money you can possibly get from having a 401k, once you understand what the maximum and minimum is that you can put in your 401k and what that impact is going to have on your future, you can then decide for yourself. And there's not going to be too many articles that advise against it. That's all I'm going to say. And if it is, it's probably not a legit article. But anyway, on that same topic, the next piece of advice is learn about what a Roth IRA is and learn about the differences between a 401k and a Roth IRA. A lot of people have both. Like me, I have both of them, and I think they're both extremely beneficial because they're both tax advantaged, but just in different ways. For example, with your 401k, your money is not taxed when it goes in there, so you can potentially build up more money up front that's going to compound even more, and then once you retire, then that's when it gets taxed. But with your Roth IRA, when you put money inside of it, it's already taxed going into it, but that's the advantage. Once you take the money out, once you retire, then it doesn't get taxed at all. And being that the future is very uncertain right now, and being that we're in the middle of a recession right now, we don't know what the future holds in the next 20, 30, 40 years. So if you're holding that money for that long anyway, I think it's best to have both. But I'm leaving a lot of information out that you could also find in articles, and I will have articles linked in the description specifically so you can read up on what these things are, because this sounds like foreign language when maybe I speak about this on other videos in my channel. And this might sound foreign when you just hear it in general, but these are very beneficial things for you, your family, and your future. And I highly suggest looking them up and just looking into it. I'm not even saying to pull the trigger to put money into them automatically, because to me, that's not practical advice. Like, yeah, just do this. It's like you wanting to play basketball and me saying, yeah, just get on your varsity team in high school, do well, and then go to college and then go to the NBA. Like, it's not practical advice. Not everybody's going to make it to the NBA. But what you can do is you can read up the information. You can look into, well, why should I even listen to this guy on YouTube? What does he know? Oh man, that's what a Roth IRA is. Okay, wow. Okay. Oh, that's what a 401k is. At least you're educating yourself. If you actually are serious about improving your personal finances, then it will behoove you. Even if that is, you know what I'm saying, a nerdy word, it will behoove you to get ahead. Look on Google, takes like 5 minutes, read a quick article, and now you know everything you need to know about these words that were once foreign to you. And even if you still are not interested in putting your money in them, at least now you know what the heck people are talking about when they say these things. Here's another practical tip for you. It doesn't take any talent whatsoever to have a work ethic. It doesn't take any talent whatsoever to show up to work on time. So show up to work on time. And by on time, I mean early. Shoot for 30 to 45 minutes early, sometimes even an hour early. I'm not saying to overwork yourself, but I'm saying to take yourself seriously. Because when you take yourself seriously, everything else in life follows suit. You might not even be passionate about your job. You might not be passionate about what you do. You might not feel fulfilled. But if you take yourself seriously and you get up early and you arrive to work early and stuff like that, your life is going to be so much better because you now show yourself what is acceptable. You keep on waking up late. You keep on calling out of work. You keep on showing up to work late. You're showing yourself that it's okay to do this behavior. And when you don't have discipline for yourself, someone else will discipline you. And what discipline will look like is, hey, you didn't show up to work on time. What's going on? Hey, this is the 5th time. Now you're getting the write-up. Hey, you're out of here. We want people who take themselves seriously to work here. And as a boss myself, as a manager myself, that is 100% what jobs are looking for. Someone who's reliable. That's why it comes back to one of the first pieces of advice I gave you in this video is come into work every single day. There's nothing that's going to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? When you do that, you're just showing up to work on time. You're taking yourself and your job seriously. You know, think about your lifestyle. Think about the bills that you have. Think about everything you have going for you in life right now. They are blessings, even if you hate your job. I've had a job that I've hated before, but I had to realize that what this job is providing for me right now is a blessing. That doesn't mean that's what I'm going to be doing forever. And guess what? It wasn't. Once I got my skill set up, once I continued to be consistent with coming to work and spending all those hours at work, I gained more of a skill set and I became even more marketable. And I then became qualified for higher skill jobs and better paying industries and much better work cultures that give me more of a work-life balance. We all have to start somewhere. I don't care if you're mopping floors. I don't care if you're stocking shelves. I don't care if you're lifting boxes. I don't care if you're in a medical office. I don't care if you're already at a good level and you're making good money. There's always room for improvement, and something that will make you good is taking yourself seriously, showing up to meetings early / on time, showing up to work on time, making sure, you know what I'm saying, when you're riding back home and your gas is empty, not saying I'll get it in the morning. Nah, I'm gonna get this right now. That's taking yourself seriously because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. It's best to always be safe. Now, the other piece of advice that I want to give you, this is extremely important. And this is a very slept on piece of advice that I don't think I ever publicly gave out on YouTube. I may have had this in some of my coaching sessions, but I don't think I ever said this on YouTube. So, also, shameless plug. I have free coaching sessions. If you want to improve even more, just check me out on my website. Free and paid options. Check it out. Make yourself a wish list. Matter of fact, I wasn't going to give you this other piece of advice. I'm going to joint these two together right now. Just listen to what I got to say. For one, make a wish list of how much money you would like to save every single month. And you could say, like, I want to save $200 a month. I want to save $300 a month. And even if that's unrealistic right now, that's okay. Just write it down as a wish list. Now you're going to start thinking of things and ways you can get that money there. And you're going to look at your money a little more closely, because then you're going to be like, you know what? I've been looking at this money. I've been looking at my spending habits. I can save. Maybe I can't get to 300, but maybe I can get to 150. Maybe I can get to 200. And maybe I can baby step my way up to 300 just by doing this same method. Like, it's so simple. And here's the second piece of advice that is a game changer that is, I have now conjoined with this one, which I shouldn't be doing, at least shouldn't be giving this out for free, but I am, because you guys are important. And I think some of you are going to actually apply this. Check this out. Every single month of the year, last year, I dedicated every month to a new skill, and it was actually really cool. I learned a lot of cool things. I gained a lot of new skills, but that's not the advice I'm going to give you. The advice I'm going to give you in this video is use every single month for this year to achieve a financial goal. And you know what? If January is the month that you want to get, you know what I'm saying, all your credit paid off, and you don't reach it by the end of January, well, guess what? Automatic. February is until I get my credit card paid off. And then if that doesn't work in February, March. But you keep going. You set a goal for each month and you don't stop the financial goal until you get there. And the idea is you're focusing on one thing at a time. So right now, if you're deep in credit card debt, that should be at the top of your list. You know, theoretically speaking, that should be at the top of your list to pay off first. So now you set a goal. Now you're tunnel vision. Now you're like, okay, you know what? Right now, my savings can wait because this debt is eating me alive. I'm going to go all in on this debt. Because the interest rates are crazy high on credit card debt, right? And then, March or April, they can be, okay, now I want to focus on saving my first $500 a month. And then once you get that locked in, you can start stacking goals on top of each other. Not only do I want to save $500 a month, but now I want to open up a Roth IRA and put in $100 in my Roth IRA. Or even if you didn't want to put money in your Roth IRA yet because you don't know, you can open up a Roth IRA. You can open up an investing account. And then when you're ready, you can put the money in there. You see what I'm saying? This is all extremely practical advice that you can apply and add extreme amounts of value to your life just by doing that. Just think about it. If you had a different financial goal for every month, and let's say it took you precisely 30 days to achieve every single financial goal that you had for yourself, how many financial goals would you achieve every single year? And what if you had more than one financial goal per month? You see what I'm saying? I only recommend, if you're just getting started, I only recommend having one per month. But if you are able to stack goals on top of each other, you can have even more achieved inside of a year. I know it might seem like $10,000 is a lot to save. It might seem like it's hard to get out of $3,000 of credit card debt. I know it might seem like you have bill after freaking bill after freaking bill, and now you have medical bills on top of it. You have a car note on top of it. But what if you could knock down the miniature things that are holding you back to the point where it has a collateral effect and it individually knocks down the giants in your life? I'm getting deep now, but it's okay. I'm rambling, so the video's about to end now, but I just wanted to let y'all know those are my pieces of advice. So watch this video anytime you feel like you need financial advice. And plus, I have plenty of other financial advice videos. You can literally search Reggie Bryant financial advice, or you can just click this playlist up here and you will have loads of financial advice. All of them are very different, but this is my favorite type of video to make because I can then bucket a ton of different ideas and insight that I've gotten over the years, and they're all different. And if you watched all of them, you would essentially have majority of the financial advice that I have to give. So anyway, that is the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Reggie Bryant. This channel is all about personal finance and personal growth, so you can control your finances, and control your life. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.